But when it comes to my high stake relationships, when it comes to my beloved, when it comes to family, when it comes to the people I really care about and I have a history with, even with friends, and we get into this itty gritty topics, right? Maybe let's put money on the table. Let's talk about money, right? How that can be a highly charged topic. Um, it can be really difficult for me to really listen and be present, right? And so this is where the concept of breaks come in, paired with what we use as tools, such as my capacity scale. My capacity scale is really my fuel tank, right? How much gas do I have in my tank? Because if I'm not taking care of myself, if I'm not prioritizing self care, if I'm tired, I'm sleeping terrible, my nutrition's not good, right? I'm not exercising, right? I'm putting things on the back burner, not dealing with it. I have a avoider tendency here, right? Until the smoke becomes a fire, then my capacity starts to drain. So does my willpower to, in a way, keep the saboteurs at bay. Right? We call our saboteurs our protectors. These are what I call maladaptive patterns that I use to protect myself. And typically, these behaviors are not clear, right? They're overt contracts. I'll give an example. Like I people please, right, to get something that I need, and then I feel resentful when it's not reciprocated, right? I lose myself in taking care of someone, or I avoid the situation and it comes back and bites me later, or I want to take control of a situation and it's got to be my way to kind of deal with the anxiety that I have, but then I disempower and create resentment from other people because I've taken over. So when my capacity is low, there's more chances my saboteur is going to come in and take over. Essentially, I look at it as driving the bus. Who's driving the bus? Is it me? Is it my higher self? Is it my hearts of hearts that's driving the bus and noticing all these parts of myself within my system, my internal system? Or is it that part of me, which typically what comes up for me is my order, especially in high stakes conversations, right? When my willpower goes down, my capacity goes down, my trigger scale goes up. So this kind of goes hand in hand. Capacity goes low, trigger goes up, right? It kind of goes up and down because they're tied together. And this is an awareness to know that there's a certain point where there's the point of no return, that I'm no longer resourced, hmm, and I'm totally taken over. It's like I'm possessed. Like I'm no longer seeing it through my higher self. I'm wearing a different lens. In this case, for me, when I'm having a challenging conversation with my beloved and it concerns me. It concerns me. It's so easy for a part of me to personalize it. And the story that goes is it's my fault. I'm not good enough. What did I do wrong? Why is it ever not enough? Right. And then I I usually shut down or withdraw, right? My voter comes in and my typical strategies is to check out. I numb out, right? I'm not even there anymore. And I might have this idea because I learned conscious communication or nonviolent communication to start using that in that space when I'm low capacity and my trigger's high. Well, what happens is it's not going to be received well because the energy that comes out of me, even guessing my beloved's feelings and needs, listening, it has this hint of irritation to it, this hint of annoyance, anger, perhaps. Even even when I'm checking out and I'm saying I'm listening, and then she would say, "So what did I say?" Just for example, and I'll just repeat back the last sentence, right? And it just doesn't land for my beloved. And the reason why is I'm in my head. I'm just reciting back. I'm being rational and saying, "Hey, I am listening. Check this out. I memorized what you said." Right. But I'm not really connecting to her experience. I'm not being with it because I'm in hurt. I'm in pain. And when I'm in hurt and pain, I either fight or flight or shut down or collapse. I have no capacity to empathize, right? I have no capacity to understand. And even when I use conscious communication, Nonviolent communication, when I'm not resourced, I'm shortcutting it. Okay. And this backfires because when I shortcut it, when I look at guessing your feelings and needs, because I do it too fast, it comes off as fixing you. It comes off as if I'm giving you advice because there hasn't been enough space and time for myself to land and the field shifts. See this? So when I learn this stuff, conscious communication, learn empathy, and I learn and read a PDF that gives me the top 3 tricks of how to be more present, it's coming from an intellectual place. And when it comes from an intellectual place, that's felt. And it comes off as giving advice or trying to fix the situation. And for me, I do want to fix the situation. I feel uncomfortable, especially when I personalize it and I think it's my fault. I'm not willing to sit in that space because it makes me so uncomfortable. Where does breaks come in? Breaks is a superpower, is a powerful tool to know when to take a break in the conversation. Okay. And it's about knowing what is the point of no return, right? It's knowing and having a conversation when we're both regulated, when we're both grounded, we're both playful and loving with each other. That's a great place to come up with some agreements, some non negotiables, boundaries, not during the escalation, right? Not during the escalation, because then that comes out from a place of hurt and pain and defensiveness. And we're just duking it out tit for tat before it just blows up. And in that path of blowing up, it's intoxicating. I remember, Chris, you're talking about anger or being right is intoxicating, right? It's adrenaline, it's stress cortisol. If it's what I'm always used to, right? Perhaps I'm so used to expressing myself unbridled self expression to be heard. And it feels so good. Like it's a cathartic release. Ah, I let this off my chest. The other person's in shambles. Their nervous system is wrecked, right? So how do I come from a place of communicating that from a place of containment? And that requires me to be a least resource. So knowing my point of no return by having a conversation of, okay, if we're at a capacity scale of 5, or I'm coming up to a 5, it's time to take a break. Or knowing that, oh, there's name calling, there's insults, there's character assassination. I'm pushing your button deliberately just to stoke something from you. That's a recognition of I'm 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 overboard already. So by taking a break, it helps us have a softer landing and have disagreements and conflict in a way that it can be held, in a way that doesn't blow up and create 100 tabs to close afterwards, right? We're dealing with one tab at a time. And we know that a particular tab might be tied to 5 other tabs if it hasn't been resolved. Though I'm not here to add 50 more tabs based on my actions of doing and saying stupid shit because I'm triggered and I have to come back to it. Right. So knowing when do we take breaks? Let's clarify that. And to communicate that. For one, for me, my default before is to just eyes glazed over, check out, shut down, or I get angry, right? I get in a fight mode. And because of fight mode, I use that to back off. It's just like an angry dog, right? Dogs bark to really create space, right? It's their way of communicating that, like, you're a threat, you know, back off. And so I create this fight for you to back off so that I can withdraw and disappear. And when I withdraw love, I withdraw attention, withdraw care, because now I'm in the story of you hurt me, you didn't hear me, you didn't understand me. And I'm mulling over that. And the thing is, when I take that break, that break is coming from a place of like, I want you to come to me, you know? And it doesn't provide any clarity. I remember before with my beloved Summer, I would do that and she would chase me, send me multiple texts, call me multiple times. I wouldn't answer, and that would be the cycle. Though what I did to improve that was come back each time. What I did was every time I would leave, I would work on coming back quicker. Okay. I haven't yet communicated that, how long I would leave for. I came back quicker. And this gave her the safety and security that I will come back. I remember the times where um, I would say stupid shit like, this is over, I'm done. I'm done with this relationship. And just like really threatening to end it. Right. I kept coming back. And so when I found myself saying that for her, it was just a lie. So knowing that the saboteurs, when they speak and about each other, they're just lies. They're not personalize them. I know it's can be so difficult in the moment to not personalize it. They'll just know when I'm triggered, when I'm activated, when you are, the stuff that we say are really just lies. Lies to protect ourselves, to push people away, right? Through our actions, through our behaviors, through what we say. So if I keep coming back, I'm creating a new pattern for someone to not, in a way, chase after me because you trust that I come back. And so I now implement this by coming back. And a big piece of this, too, about healing and closing tabs is me coming back and owning what I did. I might have used Summer's daughter, let's say, weaponizing her daughter against her. That was a big no no. And for me to not bring light to that, I can continually continue to use that because I'm not fully aware of what I did and the consequences of that. But when I can come back and own what I did, take accountability for it, then I bring awareness on really lessening that behavior the next time forward. It becomes kind of a non-negotiable in the back of my head to not go there. And at the same time, when we're conscious, when we're regulated, I then can communicate to Summer, hey, I'm going to take a break. I need some space for about 30 minutes. I'm just adding a bit more now, more clarity and more detail. I'm just going to go for a walk on the block. I'll be back in an hour. Right. So she knows.